Afternoon all. Hopefully we're all working. Some more technical issues first thing, but we're in. We have audio now, which is great. How are we all doing? Oh, why do I mess with these valve sets? I don't know. Quite a few in already by the looks of it. You're all waiting for me to have a bit of high voltage. So we've lost a few off the top, I think. Phil's in. Hi Phil, how are you? And we've got radio TV repair. Good afternoon. Rolf's in. Theo's in, and I think it's Sunday, Theo. It does feel like a Sunday today. Rolf's been playing with stuff as well, by the looks of it. Capacitors, yeah, I'm sure we're going to have some fun with capacitors today. Well, I know we are. Who else we got in? Benji's in. Hi, Benji. Les is there. Hi, Les. Colin. Hi, Colin. ZX. Harvey. How you doing, mate? You need a dentist. Dear, oh dear. Radio Jet. How you doing, mate? You just restored a Pye 18A. Ah. You'll be able to tell me all about this one then, Jed, hopefully. Once you get past the valve rectifier, they taste great. Brilliant stuff. George is in. Manly man voltages. It can be a bit bitey, can it, if you touch the wrong bit. Hi, Nick. Afternoon. David Tag. Hi, David. Multi, afternoon Multi, and Floppy's in. Afternoon Floppy. First in again, yeah. Just trying to make sure we've got everybody. Yes, Rob Titheridge. Hi, Rob. Cyberflyer. Afternoon Cyberflyer. Barry. Afternoon Barry. Mac Vision. Jess. Happy birthday for yesterday, Jess. Luigi. Afternoon, Luigi. Sunny in France. It's sunny here today, actually. Dave Malik. Hi, David. How are you? Mike Atlantis. We're all in today, look. Brett's in. You restored a P75 a couple months ago. Timothy Can. Good afternoon, Timothy. Spanky. Release the valves. Paul Schuff. G4 SPX. Welcome, Paul. And Chris, all the gear, no idea. Whoa, full house today. Whoa. Mac Vision, thank you very much, mate. For the plasters, I think I need more than plasters, mate. If I get across this thing. Afternoon, Yaz, how are you? I'm good, thank you. Assad, afternoon, Assad. Salut tout le monde. I think that's hello to you. I'm not sure. Assad. Welcome, mate, anyway. And Arena Engineering. Sorry, there's people popping up everywhere. Simon's World. Hi, Simon. I think my screen's jumping here. Right, okay. I think we've got everybody now. So, yes. We're going to have a look at this radio. You can just about see it over my shoulder here. Now, I have popped this one apart yesterday for a look because Les popped over, so we thought we'd have a look over it and just get a few bits and pieces together to save a bit of time, really. But upon investigating, I found a bit of a problem. Simon, thank you, mate. Brilliant. How are you keeping, Simon, anyway, mate? I'm still playing about with your battery packs. I've got to make some more up, actually, because I gave a couple, well, sold a couple, actually. I think they're coming back, so that's another story. Bud Boggy, good afternoon. From Niceville. Sounds nice. Dom's purchased a Trio TR 2200 GX. That sounds Well, Trio was the predecessor to Kenwood, wasn't it? So that sounds amateur radio-ish, Dom. The silver bit looks a bit bent around the speaker. Yeah, it's had a bit of a ding, Jess, but I think we can pull that piece off and fix that, hopefully. Afternoon, Mill and Chip 2 from Ireland. Simon. Welcome, Simon. And Daniel's in. Afternoon, Daniel. God, I tell you, I'm just struggling to keep up with everybody. So let's have a quick look at this beastie. Here it is. It's looking a bit shinier because I did give the case a bit of a polish. It's a bit wonky in it on the camera, but... And apologies if I need to shoot off in a minute. I will be back, but we got someone coming to hopefully pick up a sofa at 3 o'clock. So if I do shoot off, I won't be long. Kevin, good afternoon to you, mate. How are you? I do need a bigger bench, Chris. It's hanging off the end, look. I mean, this is only a plastic table, really. There's nothing special. It's one of those foam plastic tables. I think it got from Costco, so it's not really very sturdy. It's got a metal frame underneath it, so it's sort of holding this one up okay. Not too much issues. So far, so good. Oh, God, dear. Benji's been selling stuff. He's always selling stuff, our Benji. Right, so this is the radio, Pye P76F. It's interesting because it's got a couple shortwave bands on it as well. So we've got what they call TB, which is apparently the trawler band. Let me just pop that camera there on. I'm looking at the wrong camera house. Yeah, so it's got TB on it, which is trawler band. And it looks like that runs, I take it this is in meters, isn't it? So it's 190 meters to 70 meters. So there's not a lot in there. We've got top band amateur radio around about 160 meters, isn't it? I don't know what else is down there, to be fair. And the shortwave band is 50 meters to 17 meters. So it's got a couple of useful scales on it. And obviously long wave, medium wave. We've got some station names on here. We've got Minsk, Prague, Lahti, L-A-H-T-I, Luxembourg, which was a great station back in the day, wasn't it? It was on long wave, wasn't it? Luxembourg. Oslo, Light, which is now BBC Two. We got Ankara, God knows where that is. Moscow and Paris. Right, Paris. Anyway, this radio dates from 1953, I believe they started making these. This one, I think, I'll have to have a look at, there's a date on the capacitor inside. So you can see we've got a bit of a dink here. It looks like something's come down at an angle there and walloped to this. Luckily, it hasn't damaged anything else by the looks of it. There's a little dink in the top there, which probably was me, I expect. The knobs could do with a bit of a clean up. I've given them a bit of a clean up, to be fair. But the dial cord works. We've got a weighted tuning mechanism on this as well, so should run a bit freer than that, really. But as I say, I've not done anything. I don't know the history of this one. It's been sat under my bench ever since we moved here, which was 2015. So it's been sat under the bench for 6 years, and I must have got it at the previous property and brought it here. So it's probably something I picked up on Facebook or something like that, I would have thought. I thought we'd have a look at it today and see what's up with it. And like I say, I have had a bit of a sneak preview, so apologies for that. But let's pop it round the back. Ankara is the capital of Turkey. Well, there you are. Thanks for that, George. Ideal for Christmas mince pie. You're on it today, Spanky, aren't you? Oh dear. A vintage SDR, yeah. Don't mention SDR. Flipping thing wouldn't work last week. God, oh. I've got a bit of a dodgy shoulder still, so I am struggling a bit. So there we are. That's the back of it. Nothing too exciting, really. But the magic's behind this panel, isn't it? So let's whip this off and have a look. I should think this is going to sound quite nice by the time it's sorted, if it can be sorted. There we are. Let's just get you in a bit closer for a better look. I know you Valve people all like to see the guts of the thing. So, I'm not no expert on Valve stuff at all. I've been doing a bit of reading. I've sort of, I don't know my way around it. I'm not going to say I do. It's 5 valves. And well, we've got a rectifier over here, which is an EZ40 by the looks of it. Then we've got our output valve, which is an EL41. And that's about as far as I know so far. Because that's the two that are possibly going to be causing me the issues. I don't know yet. So we've got 2 IF cans there. They seem to have a sticky, dusty, gooey mess on top of them. Nice frame area. It's actually quite solid. It's it looks like is it phenolic? It's like an early circuit board material, isn't it? Like an early fiberglass. We've got the badge down here, type P76F. I don't know whether they made different versions. Big old speaker, a Goodman speaker. I believe it's around about 2.5 ohms, allegedly. And we've got some little dial lamps in there as well. So I'm going to pull the knobs off the front. Cool. I put grease on these as well, but it's still stiff. Cool. Right. So I've already undone the fixings. Well, the chassis screws. There's 4. There's two at the back and 2 at the front. Access from underneath the case. So this should. You've got to pull it forward a couple inches allegedly and angle it to get past the lovely dial lamps, which are precariously hooked on the side. The speaker just plugs in the back. There's a couple jack plugs. So let's get the case out of the way for the minute. We're going to need it back later on, I think. It's still, I mean, I've taken this outside and dusted it off, but it's still pretty dusty. It actually fits on the bench now. Look. Let's just move that camera over a bit. There she blows. Just check the chat. You had got reel-to-reel recordings of Luxembourg, copied them to MP3. That'd be interesting to play them back through a radio, Les, wouldn't it? Okay. This one looks a lot of work. Yeah. You'd be surprised, actually, because I don't want to rest it on the frame area, really. So it's quite substantial, but it's likely to break. I've just put my fingers in all the grease. So let's see if I can prop it up so you can have a look underneath him. Let's get rid of me a minute. There she blows. So it certainly looks like it's already been got at. Well, it has already been got at. There's not much to see in this section. This is the RF section, and we've got looks like a sounds like we've got a stuck fly somewhere. We've got a replacement poly cap in there. So I think that was probably the only one in this section. Someone has been in here and done most of it. So the section we need to probably concentrate on is over here. So let's get you in on that section a bit better. And hopefully you can see that when it settles down. So you can see the orange caps in here. These are the, one of them is a grid coupling cap, I believe, for the output valve. And the other one is on the third valve, which I think is the IF valve. Is that right? Or is that a preamp? I think that's a preamp. That's the IF, and we got the oscillator over here. I think that's right. I have got the instructions here somewhere. So let's quickly pop over to the valve clips. Let's pop over to the schematic a minute. And screen cap cube. So hopefully you're all right. You're on my screen now. Yes, you are. So it's it went on sale July 1953 by the looks of it. £19, £1.07. So if anybody's got an inflation calculator, they can work out what that would cost these days. But I expect back then, £19 was quite a lot of money. So weight-band ranges. Yeah, we went through the ranges. Components, and here's the schematic for it. If I can get it in the shot. Just about. So say a lot of the capacitors have been done, but they have left a few in there, which is nice. So we've got a few to do still. I think they've done the worst of it. And, I'm just trying to see what the valve lineup is on it. So yeah, V1 is, let's just go down to the valve table. So this is the valve lineup. Hopefully you can see that. Zoom in a bit more. So V1 is an ECH42, and that is the frequency changer. Or is a frequency changer, mixer, oscillator? I don't know what you would call it really. I think it's got an oscillator section in it. And I think it's a mixer valve as well, isn't it? I just say I'm no expert on this valve stuff. V2, which is the EF41, is the IF amplifier. V3 is the detector and AF amplifier, which is an EBC41. The output, V4, is an EL41, and the rectifier, V5, is an EZ40. I mean, really, in the circuit, it's, I suppose the rectifier is in the power supply, isn't it, really? I was going to say, why didn't they call the rectifier V1, but it is sort of like an extra one, isn't it? What else have we got then? Anything else of note here that we need to look at? Circuit alignment. The drive cord looks an absolute nightmare. We've got a second drive cord on it to turn the channel display thing, the channel indicator, the band indicator even. I'll get there in a minute. So yeah, that looks a bit of a nightmare, that one. Switches, again, a lot of switch contacts in this thing. And here's what the underside should look like. Now the problem is now is it don't look nothing like this because they've been and changed quite a lot of components already. And there is one large one still in there, which I think is one of these two. No, it's this one here. C33 is still in there. There's also, I think, C25, which is off the wiper of the volume pot. That one's still in there, so that'll have to go. And we've also got another one, I think, on the tone control, which is this one somewhere here. Probably that one, C23, I would think. And also up on the top of the radio is the output transformer here, and we've got a waxy across that one as well. But this bit here is an issue. So let me get you back to the radio. Now, according to the blurb here, we should have 15 ohms from the center tap to one end of the primary of the output transformer, and we should have 485 ohms on the other side. So let's have a look, because this is one of the things. I mean, I haven't tested the output the mains transformer either. That's really, we should do that. So let's see if I can get you in a bit closer on this output transformer, which is there, so you can see that I have unsoldered some wires from that. Let's just get my chat back up. 550 quid, is it? £453? Just one cap. George, he just can't help himself, can he? And I take it you've all checked out Chris's latest video, Mr. All the Gear No Idea. Very good video on a very old car valve radio. Let's get that a bit better. That's better. So yeah, you can see this nasty looking waxy in here. But the issue is we've got a problem with this transformer. So let's get the I've not put any power on this at all, so I haven't done any work to it apart from a bit of a test. So see if I can get the multimeter in shot. Okay, so let's have a look. The top end, and I'll pop the schematic back up in a minute so you can see what I'm measuring. So the center one here is actually the center tap. You can't really see that, can you? Because my multimeter's in the way. There we are. So the center tap is the black wire here, and this section here, it says 15 ohms, but it's 22. So it's, you know, it's close enough, isn't it? So that's one side, and I believe, and this is a bit bizarre, this is the humbucking coil. I don't know. Anyway, the other side, let's go across the other side. And this is supposed to be just under 500 ohms. Oh, if I can get on it. And We've got 2.5 mega ohms. So unfortunately, that winding is open, which is a bit of a pain in the backside. So let's go back to the schematic a minute. Let's go back to the schematic. So as I say, it says here, output transformer, position A, 15 ohm, or coil A, 15 ohms, coil B, 485 ohms. So if we look at the transformer, that's A is the center point to the top, and that should be 15, and we've got 22, so that part of the coil is okay, but this one here from the anode of the output valve is open. So this radio is never going to work. And it's highly likely, I mean, I was speaking to Steve Pendlebury last night, and he seems to think that if that is open, it's probably knackered this valve up before. So it's highly likely we've got two issues. Probably we've got the open circuit transformer, and we've also got potentially a duff output valve. So it's not looking good, is it, really? It ain't looking good. So let's go back to the radio, zoom back out a bit. Get my chat back up. Just better double check my phone that the chap's not messaged me to say that he can't make it or whatever, because Mrs. Cruncher's downstairs. It's just no issue so far. Just checking. Right, no problemo. So let me just catch up with the chat a minute, and then we'll crack on and show you what I'm hoping we can do to this radio to try and get it going. Chris is saying it's an unusual feedback circuit in the radio. It is, and apparently it's got quite. According to this, it's a complex tone control. It says it employs a complex negative feedback tone correction circuit between the AF stages. Again, a bit beyond me. So it's catching up. You was thinking the same about stringing it. Yeah, I wouldn't like to touch the dial cut on this. It does look fairly straightforward, and someone's luckily done a lot of the work for me. No worries, Chris. It's a good video, that, mate. So, PCBs are a great invention. George thinks we're going to finish it in a single stream. Well, we should be able to. Potentially, I don't know. Can still get audio transformers on eBay. Yeah, we'll get to that, Theo, because I have actually got one here. Chris has said, good luck so far rewinding his transformers. And is that transformer in that Volve radio gone, Chris? That Echo one that you looked at today? George is saying it's scrap, break it for spares. Doug's saying Hammond, afternoon Doug, saying Hammond make transformers still. A transformer rewinding live stream. What, by hand, Nick? Just like going round it one at a time. It could be here for a week. It could be a marathon. Hi Rob, how are you? Rob Cross. No load on V4 due to open primary. Yeah, I hear what you're saying, Paul. Possibly. Club Hammer bingo. About £50 in the RS catalogue, but that's top-end prices. He rewinds these old audio transformers. Yes, there is. He did the transformer in my Volve tester, which I still haven't fitted yet. Upcycle it into a guitar amp. We still need to do the transformer. Still test the previous work in case the caps are in the wrong way. But they're non-polarized. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, you could get a bit hum. So, I have got this. Now, I actually bought this for... I'll just get rid of me a minute. I actually bought this for a DAC 90A, but because Chris very kindly rewound a transformer in the one that I restored, but I've got another one here, and that's got an open circuit transformer as well. So rather than give Chris the pain of well, the cheek of asking him to do me another one, I picked this one up. So this is an audio output transformer, and this is the one that they sell in RS. You think someone came prepared? Yes. So I'm pretty sure this one is going to do the job. So let me go back to my screen. So this is that that transformer. I'm sure you can see it's 1585 plus the VAT, so it's 20 quid. I mean, it would cost you more than that to rewind one. And we've got some information on it. And what does it say? It says it's a multi-tap transformer suitable for matching 3 ohms to 15 ohms speech coils to the high impedance output, 4 kilo ohms to 15 kilo ohms of audio amplifiers. Now, I've been chatting to people in the messenger group earlier as to what the hell, where do we actually couple it up to? Now, allegedly, the EL41 has got an impedance of 7K. So we're definitely in that range on the primary, and the secondary that is 2.5 ohms, so 3 ohms is going to be fine as well. So this one should do it. But the problem I've had is working out either how to connect the thing up. And I've been given some pointers, but I just thought I'd see what you guys thought as well. So let's zoom in on this data sheet to start with. It's just a little bit too big. Let's go full screen. Let's get rid of me. Hopefully you can see that now. Yeah, you can. Let's go full screen. Right, so this is my primary, and I think Rob Titheridge suggested connection 1 to 4 on the primary, which is matched at 6 to 7K. My query was the DC resistance of this is different to the transformer that I've got. But I mean, I don't know what your thoughts are, but what also confuses me is we've got this here. So 1 to 4 connection can be used for a number of different impedances, which is, I find a bit strange. But I don't, as I say, I don't really know the design or anything of these radios. So apologies, but yeah, you can see there's quite a few different ones. 1 to 4, and the output, I think Robert suggested D to B, which is 3 to 4 ohms. But let me get you another. I think it's F11 to get it off of that. So there's another manual here, which is a bit got a bit more information on this transformer. So let's go in a bit closer on that. So this gives us the DC resistances now. Now, I might be getting just hooked up on this for absolutely no reason, so you know, my apologies. As I say, I don't know anything about this. So we've suggested between 1 and 4 we use for our primary. So if you look at the DC resistance of between terminals 1 and 4, we've got 937 ohms. Now in the spec for this, the primary resistance in total is 500 ohms. So you've got 485 one side and 15 the other. So that's quite a bit higher resistance. Again, whether that makes any difference. This is more like one side of it, but and the resistance I've got on the secondary of the transformer is about 0.5 ohm at the moment. So the secondary is good still on the transformer, but it's the primary that's open. But Rob has suggested B to D, which will work in that range, but it's got a higher DC resistance. So again, whether that makes any difference, I don't know. It's also been suggested in one of the forums that you can use, so say I use 1 and 4 as my coil, I can also use one of these other ones for the second part. So I'm really a bit confused as to how to hook all this up. Chris and I think Steve has suggested forgetting the center tap altogether and just joining, just using this coil 1 to 4 and just joining the HT together and forget the center tap altogether. I don't know what your thoughts are on that, but that's where we are. But it looks like this may do the job. Well, it will do the job. I mean, it'll handle 3.5 watts, and I believe this sets 2.5 watts. Minimum input current 40 milliamps DC, and I think Chris said to test that by going across the resistor R19. So anyway, I digress. Let's get back to the transformer and see what everybody thinks. So George is saying between 2 and 4. Les is 1 to 4, tap in on 2. 6 and 7 to get a 3 ohm secondary. Ignore the DC resistance, match input to output columns and ignore other gumph. George, what George? It's not a center tap, it's only a small winding. Right, okay. So, what are you saying to me, George? I hear what you're saying, to ignore the DC resistances. So between 2 and 4 on the primary, 1 and 6 and 7 to get a 3 ohm secondary. Right, we should be back. Are we back? Yeah, we're back. Right. Sorry about that. The battery's run out on the receiver. Right, well, I'm back sound-wise, so I'm just reading back through the messages here. Radio Jed is saying transformer taps may need to be linked out to achieve the suggested impedance on the links. So 2 and 3 linked to get 7K between 1 and 4. You put a 4K resistor between 1 and 4, that would do it. I really don't know. I don't know. I just don't know. This is the problem. So let me zoom back out again. So clearly we're going to have to get that that transformer out and link it back in somehow. So really the main coil is between the red and the green wires here, with the tap-in on the black wire. So I might zoom you in a bit. There is one other thing that I've yet to check, and Les suggested this, and Les is always the voice of reason. And he suggested that there could be a problem with the connection up to these tabs from the transformer. So it would be worth testing the actual wires themselves. So I haven't done that, but I will if I can find the clip-on probes. So let me just clip on to that one. Because it might just be that we've got a bad connection up on top here. So let's try that. So I'm clipped directly onto the wire now. So no, we've still got our 2.3 megs. Let me just clip on in underneath as well on the center tap, well, on the center connection. If I can get in there. Excuse me while I get my head in the shot. Get on there. No, and we've still got 2.3 meg directly on the wires off of the winding, so we've got a break on that secondary winding, oh sorry, on the primary. So what Chris and others have suggested doing is ignore this tap and just come on with this. So if we're going to use 1 to 4, between 1 and 4, just hook this up between 1 and 4 and join the tapped wire there, the black one, onto this wire. So if we go back to the schematic, let me show you. Where's our schematic? Here we go. So if we look, this is our power rail coming up here off of the rectifier. This is our positive coming up, and at the moment it's feeding into this tap-in. So what Chris and I think Steve and someone else has suggested, just coupling that in to here and ignoring the tap altogether. So that's what's been suggested, and that would make life a lot easier. I wouldn't have to worry about which one to tap it onto then. So that's the plan, I think, is to stick this transformer in. I'm not sure about the output and how we're going to experiment to see which works best. But if we set it up with the higher resistance, I suppose we can go lower if it's quiet. I take it that's what you mean. So yeah, we're coupling this center one, well not center, this tap in here we're ignoring, and we're just going to go straight in and join it to this one. So it will just be a straightforward coil. No humbucking coil in it then. That's what's been suggested. So your thoughts on that would be good. Derek, good afternoon, mate. How are you? The output is an EL41, Doug. See if I can get the data. I did find the data sheet in one of my old books, actually. So let me go and grab that a second for you. Let me grab that. He says going in totally the wrong room. So we've been doing a lot of talking so far, but we will actually do some work in a minute on it. I've got an old Mullard maintenance manual. And see if I can get the overhead camera involved. So this is the data for the EL41 output pentode. I've gone too bright now. It could be the light just blowing it out. There we go. So I believe the magic figure is this one here, the anode resistance 7 kilo ohms, I believe. It makes a change from playing with the LCL 2740. Certainly does. We're good, Derek, thank you. So I don't know if there's anything else you wanted to see, Doug, on that valve, but as a single valve Class A amplifier, which it is, I believe. But yeah, it's a nice old book, that. It's a Mullard maintenance manual, 2nd edition, 16 shillings, and it's dated 1961. It's a little bit older than me. So I don't know where our chap to look at the sofa is, but it doesn't appear to be here yet, unless I didn't hear him. No, he's just getting his van emptied apparently, so there you go. Certainly needs an empty van for that. So I think that's the plan. We'll connect those two together, and Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt, and all that sort of stuff, and bish bosh bang, job done. Right. So let's have a look. Now obviously there's some work to be done underneath as well. We have got to get these out. But as I say, it is only 3. I've checked this electrolytic and it's checking out okay. This one's absolutely shot. I've got the wrong camera again. This one's absolutely shot, and the electrolytics in the smoothing can there are high. One's got high ESR, and they're both reading high. They're both reading 47 ohms. They should be 33, 32. So we're going to need to get them sorted as well. But to say, I have got all that. But I think what we need to do then really is, I mean, I can probably fire it up with those caps like that. Should be fine if I bring it up gently on the variac for now, and then we can look at maybe swapping them out if we've got time. The main thing I think is going to be to get this one in first and then work it out from that. You think the valve should be okay, an open circuit transformer shouldn't cause it to fail. I'll show you what the valve looks like in a minute, Paul. It doesn't look particularly healthy. Bang. Don't say that, Rolf. It won't go bang because I've got everything in place to stop it going bang, hopefully. I shall have the lamp limiter in circuit. I shall have it on my variac, and hopefully it won't do anything nasty. Okay, let's get this transformer. I'm just having a quick look to see how it's mounted here. It's just on 2 screws by the looks of it. I wonder if it will be good enough to fit the same holes. Because we've got another issue in that these bulbs have had it as well. I mean, if you can see this bulb here, it's absolutely black. I've tested the bulbs and they're no good, but I have got a couple spares, so I'm prepared today. I've got all my capacitors here ready, so I don't need to go fumbling around trying to find those. So let me get myself a drink sorted out, and I'll be underway. So I'm just going with it alcohol-free, but better beats water, really, doesn't it? It beats water. But I suppose, really, when you're messing about with high voltages like this, you don't want to really be getting too inebriated, do you? You want your wits about you, really, because we don't want any bangs or electric shocks. Do you mean harder to get drunk on, Paul? I think you mean, don't you? So Timothy's saying, that's interesting. Les is saying if the grid bias was open, it would be curtains for the output valve. No worries, Paul. Timothy, you think what can happen is a cap fails switching the output valve fully on, and the current burns out the transformer winding. That can mean that the output valve also gets damaged. It could well be, Timothy, because it looks pretty poorly. I think what we'll do for a minute is we'll pull the valves just to protect them, really. Cool, bloody hell. Oh, I hate these valves. But that's the output valve. I mean, that looks as if it's had a very hard life. Let me just get you in a bit closer a minute. I mean, it's maybe slightly cloudy, I don't know, but it's it doesn't look great, does it, really? But it might be okay. It might be okay, you never know. I just wanted to try and get it out of the way, really, so as I could get to the transformer without knackering it. I hate these valve bases. I don't really want to mess with that one because I haven't got another EZ40. That one's going to come out okay. That one looks to be rusted in, so this is the problem with these clips. I'm sure it's Mr. Andrew Alsfer said that you ought to get rid of those clips. So maybe if I pull that clip out. Oh, it's coming. There, got it. Right, that's those out the way. You can see a bit better. Surgery beginning on this, so let's get typical. It won't go in there because it's too close to the is that one the right size? Nope, none of the above. That one's going to be too hard to get in there, I think. Cool. Now you see why I removed those valves. I literally can't get in here. See if we can get the good old pliers to move it. Yeah, there we go. Wrong tool for the job, people. Close your eyes. You didn't see this. It never happened. Right, let me get in over the top. Graham pulling the valve without removing the clip first. No bishop's finger. We've got a bishop in the background. We've got a bishop. The bishop is just waiting. The bishop is waiting, and normally I do find that the finger helps. So we have got the bishop waiting. So let me get in and see if we can get this one as well using the same method. Yeah, good old pliers. I wonder if we're going to be lucky enough to have this line up with the new one. So let's snip some of these wires off. Might have to just lift this one. So I need to make sure that I put this, that's the output there. I need to make sure I put this cap back in the right place. So you need to keep an eye on me, people, because I may put that in the wrong place. Let's pump the wattage up a bit on the iron. Let's go to 380, 380. I just want to unwind the earth connection because there's not a lot of spare cable on that. You're gonna let me do it? God, this is filthy. There. Let's got that one. And the others I'm just going to snip off. Ow, cool, that's a bit warm. Bit warm, Graham. Gone. I mean, it might be interesting to just try and take this apart at some stage and I don't know. I'm not going to take that apart, but Chris might want to take that apart. Chris, what do you reckon, Chris? Do you want to take that? Rewind? Rewind. Okay, let's see if this one will line up with these holes. What's the chances? Oh my God, it will. It will. Look at that. So do I want to put it that way around? This is the problem now, because I think I'm going to have to extend these wires. It might be easier to extend the output wires rather than, I've only got to extend 2 then am I instead of 4. So it looks like we're in business. That was a bit of luck, isn't it? So it looks like I'm going to have to order another one of these transformers, unfortunately. Smell of burnt dust. I do have a spare, Doug, but what I don't want to do is risk my spare. Well, I don't even know if my spare is any good, to be honest. I should be able to get in there with the proper tool now. If I could start it off, that is. Well, I say I've got a spare valve. It's got that that written on the box, but it doesn't mean to say that that's the valve inside it. You'll have to excuse my Devonian accent, because people say a valve, I say valve. Oh, come on. Go in there. There we are, that's 1 quart. And the other one, you don't see my ass, do you, really? That's a bit of luck that fits, isn't it? Right. Okay, we're in. We're in. So this is the output, so that needs to go around that side, but I'm going to need to probably extend the cable around for that. So we want one side going to pin 1 and the other one going to, other 2 going to pin 4. It doesn't matter which way round it is, does it really? Or does it? I don't know. You're a bit concerned that the valve itself might have an internal short. I suppose you're right, Doug. I mean, I don't think we can damage the valve, can we, with what we're doing? As long as this transformer's got resistance. Just waiting for this guy to come with the to pick the sofa up. Okay, let's sort this side out first then. Just take the bigger ones. Come on. Can you strip the wire? Bloody hell. What have they put this on with? Oops, and make sure I don't pull that from the other side. Where does that go to? That goes up to there. I need to make sure I don't pull that accidentally. Flipping heck, that doesn't want to come off at all. Got it. Cool. Hell. Let's bend that over that way. Are these going to give me stick as well? Let's just snip the end of that one off. Obviously superior wire, and I've just dropped a bit down in the valve base. So I'm going between 1 and 4 as suggested. I'm going to put a little bit of flux on there because these are old wires. As it's a pain, renew the whole wire. Valves can take a bit of punishment. I understand what Doug is saying though about the output being potentially. I think what you're saying, Doug, is potentially I could knacker my brand new transformer by putting a dodgy valve in it. I think that's what you're saying, isn't it, Doug? Right, that's one side. And I forget what we were going to do for the other side. So that's looking good. Just snip the ends off of that, tidy it up a bit. Because you can bet your life I'll catch myself on that. And just have a look back through and see what the best suggestion for the output is. Rob is saying use connections B and D for the speaker. So according to the sheet, B and D, let's have a quick look at the spec sheet again. Connection B to D will give us a DC resistance of 1 ohm. So that's an impedance of 3 to 4 ohms, which is right. That should be fine. I mean, it's a 2.5 ohm speaker, so it's probably knocking on 3 ohms. Anyway, I haven't tested the speaker actually. I suppose I should check the speaker as well. So we're going B and D. So I can reach B with the ground. I don't suppose it matters which wire goes to what, does it? It's B. B and D, so I'm going to have to extend this white wire. Let's have a look at where the white wire goes to. I think it just goes to this plug here. I don't know if you can see here. What are we on? So we're looking up in underneath here. Somewhere. Where's that white wire? Is that it there? Where are you? White wire. Yeah, that's it there. Okay, so we've got a bit of knitting. We've got this thing here in the way. Ugh. Let's snip that one out of the way because he's going to have to go anyway, that one. I'm just going to leave a tag on this so I know where it came from. And that's our white wire there. I wonder, no, we're quite a way off. It's not going to reach. So let me find another wire. It's not mega thick wire, is it? Let's have a look what I've got here. So closest I've got is grey, so we're going to use grey wire, I think. This is silicone covered. So let's cut a bit of that off. Looks like it doesn't want to come off. There it is. Right, so we need to wrap that around quite nicely, don't we? In fact, we can stick another capacitor on. So this is 0.5 microfarads. I have to find out which one it is. That's 0.1, 0.1. So, oh, just knocking stuff on the floor. So, 0.5 is 474, which is this one here. So that one should reach, so I'll put this one in at the same time. Save messing about and having to do it twice. So let's just give that one a little hook. Hook him in behind. Nice. And I suppose we ought to put a bit of heat shrink on that, didn't we? Or a bit of sheathing. I've got some nice stuff here actually that I could use if it'll fit. Which is this stuff. It's like a fiberglass. Yeah, that'll fit nicely. Just gives it a bit more of an aged look. So I think we'll do the same with this one. Put a little bend in it. Hook it in around. Got the shakes today. Let's burn it. Probably a little bit of flux again because this really is old. Around everything, yeah. Got the big boy soldering iron tip on today and the big boy solder. Right, just let that cool down. Let's get back to my screen. I don't know what you're looking at here, so hopefully you're on the right screen. Yes, you are. If it whistles and bubbles. Wire must be the right way around, or the feedback will be the wrong phase. Basically, the red and the black wire were what was the tap-in and the resistor. So all I've done is I've joined them. So we've got mains coming onto the resistor directly. So we've done away with this humbucking coil here. That's the reason for that. So Rob is saying about the phase. Now that's confusing me, Rob. You're going to need to step in there, Rob, and sort me out on what you mean there. Snip that old one off. Do a bit of knitting, poke that through the same hole as all the other wires are going, which is down there. Right, we need to go in underneath those. Go in that way. Right, let's get back onto the business end. Mrs. Cruncher. Right, people, sorry about that. I was just sorting something out with Mrs. Cruncher. So I've just got a message back, a lady, because we're going to pick up a footstool as well. It's all happening today. Right, that's done. That's my chores done. So yeah, we need to get this phasing right then, Rob. So let's see if I can get in with the overhead camera and have a look. Oops, that's blown right out. Okay. Phasing, that's upside down in it, but I'm sure you got the gist of it. That's probably the other way up. So at the moment then, the green wire is the anode of V4. So this is the anode of V4 here. And this is the, sorry, the green one is the anode of V4. And this black and red, that's our supply, our HT, and also it's going to R19. So that's the way it is at the moment. So this is the top end. So I'm not sure which way round. I've got to have these connected now. Now you've said that, Rob. So let me just catch up with the chat again. I've got a bit light-headed now, look. So wire must be the right way round, or the feedback will be the wrong phase. Lee, how you doing, mate? So there's no way that we can tell from this then, Rob, which way around it's got to go. I mean, according to this, it looks like the earthy side goes to the anode. If we look at the schematic there, so this is our anode connection, which is green, and this is the ground connection from the speaker. So it needs to be that way round, is that correct? Bear with me a second, I'm just going to go skip to the loo, comfort break, won't be a sec. Right, on my way back. The diagram for the replacement TX should have dots at the top of the windings to show the phase. Let's have a look at that then. So 1 and A. So we've used one. I'm still not sure, Rob, how you mean there, which way round I've got to get it. So yeah, but certainly the dots are on 1 and A, look. But we're using B and D, I believe, aren't we? So basically the wire on B could C31 have shorted, taken out the transformer one, possibly. I don't know. You'll have to enlighten me there, Rob. I'm not sure where I should be connecting these now. You've got me worried now. So let's have a look here. We've got ground should be connected there. So yeah, B is the ground then and D is the other one. That's what I'm going to go with. So it should come around that way or around that way. Probably best come around the back there. Does the circuit of the radio show colours going to TX? He doesn't know. But basically this wire from V4 is green. So I'm assuming that we've got to connect it basically as it shows us in that diagram, isn't it? Because this is the ground here. This goes down to the negative rail. And that looks to be in this diagram connected there, but I don't know. I don't know. Right. Where are we? So yeah, we're going to connect that one up to there. What's the worst that can happen if I got it the wrong way round? You can't really see that, can you? Pin 1 should be the HT supply. Pin 4 the anode. Really? So I got that backwards then, Rob, is what you're saying? Pin 1 should be the HT supply, pin 4 the anode. B will be the top of the speaker and D the bottom of the speaker. Does the circuit of the radio show colours go into TX? No, it doesn't, unfortunately, Paul. Pin 1 should be the HT supply, pin 4 the anode. So I've got them backwards then to start with, according to Rob has just said. So let's just pull them back out. Try again then. So pin 1 should be the HT supply, which is these two wires. So you don't think I could just use one of the other tap-ins and stick the black in that then? You still think I should connect them both together, yeah? I think that's what Chris suggested that. Tell you what, I can't bloody see today. Come on. I literally can't see. Right, why is that not going to go up through there than it should do? It should go up through there easily. Won't go through the blimmin' hole now. It was in there fine just now. There we go. Right, let's try that again. He says dropping his soldering iron and burning everything. Right, so we now have the HT going to pin 1 and we've got the anode going to pin 4. And we want B will be the top of the speaker, so B is the pardon me. So basically D is the ground wire, which is going to be a stretch, I think. Just get him in there. It just fits. Well, bit of extra space. And B is going to be the top of the speaker. Right, I think we're there, Rob. I think we're there. Let's check that my chappie hasn't sent a message. Yeah, okay. There she blows. Right, let's get that soldered in quick before I change my mind and put it the other way around again. There we are. There she is. One output transformer done. So just to confirm I'm right there then, Rob, I've got pin 4 is my anode, pin 1 is my HT. On the output side, I've got D is ground, so the bottom of the speaker, and B is the top of the speaker. Hopefully that's good. Tony, how you doing, mate? Whew. Right, okay. We're getting somewhere now. Let's get these caps done underneath and we can set about firing the thing up. See if it goes bang. Don't say that. Right. We're in this section here, aren't we? We're there. Right, so this monster goes down to there. So let's put that in there. So this is roughly the same as the schematic. I don't suppose that's going to unsolder, is it, for 1 minute? You never know. Get my eyes on again. There is feedback through C31. Cheers, Rob. How do they wrap that around there then? Got him. Okay, so should be able to wrap that around. Let's put another bit of that sleeving on there. Too much sleeving? God, my fingers are filthy touching that wax cap. Knitting time. Steady. Oh Christ, go easy. So make sure I've got a decent connection there, which it looks like I have. Let's put a blob of flux on that. Set fire to it. Done. Let's get rid of all this wax off my hands a minute. And I've managed to get it over everything else as well. Automate. Victor, how you doing, mate? You need to use purple sleeving. I haven't got any purple. No purple. There. So we need to do this one here. But hang on a minute, I forgot. We've got to do the we've got to do this one as well, haven't we? Mustn't forget that one. That's going to give me another headache now. So that was from the anode to the ground, 0.1. Let's finish off in here first. So at 2.1s, two, 0.1 and 0.1. So this one's going in here, sorry, here. 0.002. This is off the wiper. So I'm trying to take the fittings right out rather than just cutting them off and leaving them, really. Let's cut another bit of sleeve in. Quite nice, this fiberglass stuff, I must admit. Victor's trying to do something. It's not a giveaway. I don't think it's a giveaway. You never know, though, do you? Right. Let's do a little bit of a twisty. Let's give it a good mechanical connection. It's nicely tinned anyway, so should be fine this time. That's there. Let's go into that connection. Wonder if this one's going to be as nice.
come out. Right. Not got a lot of sleeving on that side. Put it on. That ain't going anywhere, is it, in a hurry? Let's give that a squirt of flux.
Two down. Let's get my ugly mug back in here.
Let's cut that off. Nice. Tidy. Okay, one left. Well, two left actually. This is a 0.1. And this is on the volume control, and that one's going to be tricky because I've got the other one in the same hole, so I'm going to have to snip that one off. So no getting over that. Okay. Get that one in around there. Gee, it wants to be over the top of that one, doesn't it, really? It's like knitting this, isn't it? Get in there, you little monster. Thank you. I suppose it's easier than SMD stuff, isn't it? And that's well and truly on there. Loads of solder. So much so that it's blobbed out underneath. Gone onto the chassis. That wouldn't do, wouldn't it? Cool. Right. Tony! Purple Sleeving Fund. Excellent. Ganesh, how are you? Don't give me the foil side. Don't tell me about the foil side, Victor. What's the worst that can happen? Bit of hum. A little bit of a hummer, maybe. Get that out. Don't want any bits of wire floating about in the radio. Okay, so that's going up in underneath there. Insulation. And it's going to the blue wire. Is that going to come out? Blimey, isn't it, is it? I haven't got a solder sucker, unfortunately. My solder sucker is knackered. Ah, says I got sofa mounts just arrived. It's not bad for 3 o'clock, is it? Hopefully they take the sofa, because Mrs. Cruncher's, well, we went and got another one, so. We're getting there, people, we're getting there. Where did that go to? That one's not particularly greatly put in, is it? Oh. Right, that's the caps. Oh, I've got to do this one. This one is really bad. So let's do this one. This is 50 microfarads. I don't know exactly what this one does, but somehow it's a bit warm. Hang on, I've got 2 connections to it here. What's going on? Certainly made sure that one's okay, haven't they? Right. So as I say, that one is 25 volts DC, 50 microfarads, and somewhere here I've got a 47 microfarads at 40 volts. So I want to try, I might use one of Andrew's spirally things for that, actually. That might be the best bet, isn't it? I don't know where Mr. Andrew asked for. Cameron, how are you, mate? From Warp. Mr. Carlson can't get past his own test equipment to get out the lab. Yeah, there's, I don't know, you're supposed to put it towards the foil's supposed to go to the earthy side, isn't it? Right, let's see if I can find my little bag of spiralies that Andrew very kindly did for me. There we go. Spiralies. Spiralies. So hopefully we've got one here that will take 3 wires. It's going to be tight. Right, straighten these up a little bit. Slide that over there to join those two together. Then we'll stick the ground. I've got this covered in this wax. Stick the ground in there. That's the plan. I suppose I ought to stick it up over the top here, didn't I? But it makes a lot of difference. It's tiny, isn't it, compared to the other one? Right, quick squirt of this. Okay, and I think we're also, should we do here, will that reach that? It's a bit tight. Yeah, we'll reach it. Let's see if I can get that one off. You can't really see what I'm doing here, can you? Let's see if I can get you in a bit closer. So this one's attached to the valve base. So I'm just going to try and see if I can, I don't really want to join it because I want a bit of sleeving on that. So that's joining the output valve. I think I should be able to Now we're going to get that out of there. It's got to come out. Who put this capacitor in the way? Hopefully that's not in your way. Now you can see what I'm up to. Bear with me, I'll catch up with the chat in a second. Ah, nearly had it then. Got it. Right, let's see if I can clear the hole out and I can get my wire straight in there. Yeah, I reckon so. All right. More sleeving. I swear I cut a piece of sleeving off, but oh, there it is. Mrs. Cruncher will be down sorting her living room out now. Pardon me. Got him. Got you, you beauty. Right. Put some solder on that. Well, not the prettiest thing on the planet, but done the job. Let's cut that piece off. Done. Simon! Simon Spires, how you doing, mate? Everybody knows more than me, Ralph, so you're fine. Right, that's good. Just need to make sure that that can't touch there, really. That's not probably a great idea to leave that clip in, but can't take it off. Just worried that that could... probably not, to be fair. Have I got a bit of heat shrink I could perhaps put over that? Should have put that on first, really, shouldn't I? Got any thick heat shrink there a minute. Yeah, I'd feel happier with that. Just give that a bit of heat shrinkage. Turn that temperature down, we don't want it that high. Bruised. Cut off. Done. Hollow state. Mike, how you doing? Mike Hammond, hollow state technology. There we go, I sorted that. Happy now? I'm easily pleased, really, aren't I? Right. So the smoothing caps I'm going to leave for the time being. Where are they? They're down here. You can just about see the connections down there. I will do them. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put this in there, and I'm going to put two either radials or axials. So at the moment they are reading high, but I don't think they're going to explode. The ESR on one is about 1 point something. So the ESR is a bit high on one of them. I'm hoping just firing them back up will sort it. Okay, let's zoom back out again. And flip it over and we'll get this cap done across the primary. So let me think how that went before. Now that's actually from the ground connection to the green wire. I believe it was green, black, red, wasn't it?
Probably I should have popped that one in. So it's going to have to go across the top, I think. Let's better check just Cruncher. Make sure she's got some money. Just a second. She's sorted, on her way out with the doggies. And we're doing on battery power, I think we're good. Yeah, we're good. Right, okay. So I need to just check the schematic a minute just to make sure I get this cap the right way around. So it looks like that goes from the anode supply C31 we're looking at to ground. Yeah, okay. So basically it goes from one side to the other. That's correct then. Good. So let's get you in a bit closer. So I've got to go over the top with this one. OTT. That's basically how it was originally, isn't it? You love the valve stuff. VP, afternoon. This one certainly is, we haven't really done a lot. I really wanted to get this one fired up fairly soon, but it wasn't going to happen, was it? Right, so this is the anode. So we're going in there. Let's just give that a bit of a tweak around. Hopefully we don't need to take that off again, because that'll be a pig to get off now. Why is it that everything falls in the valve bases, look? Pretty dirty, that output valve base as well. Alright, so that's there. That's going to go down and drop into the ground connection on the other side of the transformer. So it's about there.
Alright, let's do that one a bit of bendy round as well. There we are. Done it. Cheers, cheers, Mike. Yeah, should be there. Should be there tomorrow. You DJ on the recent Caroline tribute weekend. Ah. So, in theory, we should be good to go now, shouldn't we? Ought to just give these a bit of a clean, didn't I, while I'm here? While they're out. Save doing it in a minute. Stick them in. So I'm just using this little interdental tool, is it called? Just to go into the pins. Well, the socket, not the pins. Yeah, this output valve one is a bit dirty. Don't really want to be pulling these in and out too much. Right, I certainly haven't got another EZ8, EZ40, EZ80. So I need to go and see if I've got another output valve then, because from what Doug is saying, if I plug that in and it's dodgy, I could be in all sorts of trouble. And this is our EBC41. Went in nicely. Let me go and see then if I've got another one of those.
EL41. We're nearly there. I must remember to plug the speaker in though. Don't let me forget to plug the speaker in. This is literally the only one I've got. I didn't even know I had this one until I posted a picture of it and spotted it on the picture. Hopefully this is an EL41. It says so. It says so on the bottom of the box. Let's have a look. Oh wow. Well, it's got a label on it that says EL41, but that looks a damn sight better condition than mine. It looks like a pull, maybe. I don't know. Here we go then. Let's put my nice new valve in. There we are. Stick that one to one side for a minute. Right, is there anything else that you think I should do before we stick some power on this? Let's get my bench tidied up while we're having a yap. Anybody on the channel to hi-fi looking to get a cinema hi-fi system together with medium wave turntable feature, moving magnet, at least 100 watts per channel. Christ, that's powerful, isn't it? Cheers, Arena. Sorry, mate, I didn't see you popping off there. It's tempting to paint that transformer a rusty colour so it blends in. Breaker19. Good afternoon to you. Pipe cleaners are handy for valve holes. Spray the volume pot. Check the speaker. Check the speaker. Yeah, good call. Because if the speaker's open, then we're in problems, aren't we? I've got to change these bulbs. Look at the state of that lad. Now I think I've got the right bulbs, but not 100% sure. That looks a bit grotty in there as well. Jesus. Now the 6.5 volt and hang on, are they going to fit or not? I don't know if that's making contact or not. It doesn't seem to be down far enough. I'm sure they're the same screw thread, aren't they? Yeah. I don't think that's making contact, you know. Oh, we'll soon see. Let's give that a going over with a fiberglass pencil as well. These seem to be the wrong thread, you know. How can that be? No, that one's actually split there. Not convinced they're going to work, but you never know. Right, let's get everything tidied up.
Nothing like the smell of an old radio. The smell of one of these warming up is something to behold, isn't it? Let's get the bench cleaned up then. So we need to check the speaker. I've got a feeling that those bulbs are going to be absolutely no good at all, because I don't think they're even the right thread, but I didn't think there was more than one thread on those things. I thought they were all the same. Right. So many tools out here. It's unreal. Didn't realize I had so much. So the only thing really left to do is the filter caps, but for the time being we're going to leave them as they are, just see if they reform. I suppose the worst case scenario is it's going to make quite a loud humming noise if they're no good. And we'll need to get them done. Let's go like that. Oh, it's fallen off again. Okay. Right, you want to be able to see the fire and smoke, don't you? Put the knobs on. Stick it on medium wave. We need it turned on. That's all okay. Everything else is in. Still got lots of dust on it. Right, speaker. Pop, pop, pop. Would it be the 5th of November? That's my birthday. It's my birthday, the 5th of November. Okay, am I going to be able to get all of this on the bench at the same time? That's the question. Right, oh, we need to check the speaker, don't we? Okay, let's just check the speaker then. So it says that the speech coil is 2.5 ohms, so we should be seeing a reading somewhere around that, I believe. .3. That's good. Good to go. Let's check the fuse in here. .648 kilohertz. What have we got in there? 5 amp. Let's chuck the screw on the floor. So let's chuck a 3 amp in there, or should I stick a 1 amp in? 3 amp or 1 amp? Yeah, certainly did, didn't they? 3 amp, okay. Nice shiny new 3 amp fuse. I mean, look at the plug. That is tarnished to hell, that. I suppose it'll make connection, won't it? Famous last words. Ought to have a new plug, really. Now, do I need to monitor anything on this? Chris mentioned something about monitoring the current across the resistor. Right, where's my dim bulb? Going with a 60-watt bulb. So we're on lamp. Let's make sure we're not touching anything. Let's stick that where it should go. I don't think those bulbs are any good, to be fair. They're totally wrong. But, you know. Right, 240 volts. Let's take that back down to nothing. Plug that in. Plug the radio into there. Right. I'm going to go Lou again. I keep you in suspense. Oh dear. So you can see the bulb, can you? Just about behind the frame aerial. Right, won't be a sec. And then we'll start bringing her up. Right. Fasten your seat belts. Get all your PPE on. So I'm just trying to think if we can monitor the we could monitor the HT, couldn't we? Jim, how you doing, mate? Joined just at the right time. Okay, scary, scary stuff now. switched on, maximum volume, we're medium wave. I don't know where we are on the scale, not a clue. So let's pop the power on. You can see the bulb just about. We're on lamp there. You should be able to monitor the HT on the top because that there's the HT, and we've got a ground down there, so we should need to clip on really. Let's have a look at the HT as it comes up. Now that's going to short that out. Well, that's the... Okay, I think that's okay. Ground, we can just clip onto that chassis there. So I don't really want a lot of voltage floating about on the bench. Okay, are we safe? I think we are. Right, let's start winding her up then, people. Dave Rhodes, it should be Halloween special, I know. So we're watching this. This is the most important one. Let's turn the bench light off, make it a bit darker. I can also see the current draw on my variac down here, which you can't see. Okay, 30 volts, and we're already pulling 4 milliamps. 40 milliamps, I mean 50 milliamps. We're up to 60 milliamps. Oh, the bulbs are on. So we're sat at 100 volts at the moment. But nothing, no HT showing there. So either that or I haven't got a good connection, but it looks like I have. Ah, it's coming up now. So I'm still sat at 100 volts for a minute, drawing 50, 60 milliamps. See the voltage is starting to rise now on the HT. So does that mean our rectifier is good? Horse it up to 240. Get off of you. You animal, Victor. I'm just taking it up easy because of the capacitors, really. The filter caps are going to want to reform a little bit slowly. I don't want to whack it on full pelt straight off. Scary stuff, isn't it? But we do have bulb lightage. Bulb lightage, bulbage. So HT is still climbing. Bring her up to speed, Captain. So let's go a little bit more adventurous. Let's go up to our bulbs are getting bright now. I wonder if they're the right. God, those bulbs are
bloody bright. I'm not convinced they're the right value, those bulbs. So we're on 150 volts. Are those bulbs too bright, do you think? Gonna change the laws of physics. I'm just waiting for the smoke, really. So we're drawing 80 milliamps, so nothing fantastic. Our HT's coming up, it's slowed down a bit now. Can't hear anything out of the speaker yet. And normally about 180 it starts getting a bit feisty, so let's go up to 180. 180 volts then. Can hear some humming. $90 milliamps. Bulb's not glowing, which is good news. HT's up to 107 volts. Hi Les. Let's go a bit higher. 200 volts. God, those bulbs are bright. I'm not sure whether I got the right 100 milliamps now. 200 volts. I don't know whether the hum is the speaker or my Just gonna be careful here a minute. So I want to get to the okay. So we're up to 138 volts on the HT. Let's go higher then. Let's give her the 240. $120 milliamps. The bulb is starting to glow. Hang on. Just notice I've got one of the wires to the speakers not plugged in properly, so let's just pop that in. Start again. I think it was making contact, it just wasn't pushed right in. I can hear some noise. Ah. We've got a bit of bulb glowage. I can see the output valve is glowing nicely. I can hear some hiss on the speaker. Bear in mind it's not great reception in here. Let's give it a bit of a boost with this. I'll take that off now. Take that one out of the way because I can hear noise. I'm on long wave now. Okay. I can sort of see the rectifier and the output valve is lit, but the others don't appear to be. Looks like an IF issue. Inject a signal into it. So can we go to bypass now? I think we probably can, can't we? It could be it's just pulling it back because I've got it ramped down. It could be dirty valve seating, I suppose. Can try and stick a signal into it. Let's do that. What we've got on medium wave, so let's go with what are we? Let's go with a meg, 1 meg then. What scale are we on? 0.3 to 1. So if we go up about there, there should be something on medium wave there. There it is. What's that, a harmonica bit? Oh, hang on, I'm on FM. Let's go AM. Well, he is picking up. You can hear the tone there. Cheers, Tony. Catch you soon, mate. Let's give it full power.
I don't like to be guessing, but we have, working hard over there. It's not that, they have brought the special over. I'm going just a little bit, brought there inside, and the fact that the room's going to start again quite soon, and where they work again, it's the best installation in Massachusetts.
There is activity going on inside the stadium, and while we're listening to people, there was another thing.
She's working. Come on, medium wave. It's not very sensitive, mind you.
You know, happening there and hoping that it will happen. But no, we have to have that situation sorted out, and this goes out when it's on these circumstances, doesn't it?
I think I had the volume control the wrong way around, you know.
Again, it's going to get back in the way, but it doesn't matter at all compared to the far side.
Let's try long wave now. Oh.
Politicalised. It can, and of course you're right. I mean, the person doing the science is asking the question in a certain way, and in terms of political activity in itself, there's a bit of political activity there, and of course it's more true in some branches of science than others. And so, X-ray crystallography tends to weed a lot of that out, whereas as you get down to sort of more social science and behavioural science, you're likely to have a bit more of that.
So it is working.
Do you think then that we scientists need to be more upfront about the fact that science is political with a small p, rather than hiding this idea that science is a value-free set of facts, a body of knowledge that is objective?
Well, I think what you said is absolutely true. I mean, we should talk about it. How much is understood, I don't know.
What do you take to try and avoid political, ideological biases when you're sort of putting in the presentation of scientific evidence, putting together?
I mean, it could be that the external area was, or that the frame area was no good. I could try my long wire in it, but I would need a ground as well, really, wouldn't I? I think I may have got the bulb wattage wrong with those. No, they're pretty warm. I don't think they're going to last. But it is pretty deaf.
Not helpful to call it independent. Did you welcome this move, or did you wonder why it was necessary?
Well, David called me a few times about wanting to set up a group to try and give other looks at
So let's pop it back on to medium wave. That sounds better.
Malmo, the Champions League.
This is 5 Live. More live Premier League football than anyone else.
5 Live's Premier League Sunday.
With Steve Crossman.
I've got some... Having and our correspondent John Murray with me inside the stadium. We've just heard, John, a small smattering of applause from over there as the person who is makes their way out the stadium.
Well, it certainly seems to be working. It's just quite deaf. 470 kilohertz IF peaking to start with. So let's cool. I'm gonna have to undo those bulbs. I don't think they're right. They definitely seem very bright. Let me just pop this one in, which cool. There we go. Can't get that one out. That one comes out. I'm just going to pop this one here in and just see if that's so it seems like the smoothing caps are okay, aren't they? Let's just pop that back on again. No, that bulb's gone. Well, what do you think? Put the long wire on it? I haven't got a ground though, really. Let me have a think. So the problem is probably this frame area is directional, and I've probably got to have the set angled around towards me in order to get decent reception. So we could try that a minute. Let's get hold of it and move it around a little bit. I don't think there's any voltage on that bulb supply, is there still? Shouldn't be. So she's working. So our transformer is good. It's certainly got a lot of volume. No, there's nothing on there. So I'm going to pop those bulbs out because they are ultra bright, blindingly bright. So like I say, I could put the long wire in it, but which is a ground. So that's the wire, and that's the ground. Actually, it might have enough. I might have enough. It might. Will it reach? Right, I need to just see which way round it is, which one it is. So it is aerials in there. And the ground is in the bottom one. I don't know if the ground is going to reach, is it? Just. Let's try that then. So I've got my long wire in it now.
Raises his right arm, and then it's an outswing at
That's
the edge
better.
of the box, which is headed away by Lascelles for Newcastle. Got it back to the edge of the area, but Lascelles is there again for Newcastle. Comes back at the Newcastle defence. Again, Lascelles wins a header. And then Willock just gets in there ahead of Son, plays the ball back to Garlo.
Dan and Laura Curtis, they were very talented. I was with them when they went down with that
yes.
down to Big Pit. Some songs like that, of course, paint the picture in an emotive kind of way, or a huge event that has affected many. But there are other
That
songs,
output
of course,
transformer
equally
is
sort of
brilliant.
emotional. That are
Sounds. As the ball's played over the top to Kane.
From the the offers are exceptional. Time to selected cells from the scheme range, single vision lenses only. See more for less based on perception weighted. 21 terms and conditions apply. At the Halifax, we can help make your home a more sustainable one. Just sign up to one of our...
I'm even getting double in the stations. HGT Jeff. So let's go to long wave again.
Very special guests, Irish Women in Harmony, performing Linger, Mandinka, and more. Taylor Classical, for the final time. Tickets available now.
Music updates on RTE Radio 1.
That's bloody good for RTE, pardon my language.
At ESB Networks, we've been connecting you to Ireland's power network for years. We've also been making new connections, building a network that's stronger than ever, so we can all be kinder to the planet. Connecting our network to natural resources and Ireland to a more sustainable future. ESB Networks, connecting you to a clean
France?
I think is the problem.
Well, Patrick Valance, I asked you earlier on in the interview if we should have a Minister for Science. Do you think your new role in government as head of the new Office for Science and Technology Strategy will make it easier for you to get your voice heard within the corridors of power?
The new Office for Science and Technology Strategy and the...
Trawler band. We have got a dirty waveband switch. Oh! We've got music on trawler band. Shortwave. Yeah, dirty waveband switch, definite.
You know, we have to go back to the beginning of where things really out of control, which began in the garden, and Eve going somewhere where she was told not.
The much-needed accurate protection of these rides. Monsignor Urbanchik, however, pointed out that
got a big China radio, isn't it?
Participating states hold diverging and sometimes contradictory positions concerning human dimension issues such as human rights, dignity, and freedom. He said participating states need to unite again around the universal principles of human rights and fundamental freedoms that underpin the human dimension.
Is the audio transformer getting hot? Well, I've got to be careful because I've got voltage. Doesn't appear to be. No. We're good. We're good. So I think there's a problem with the frame aerial.
Formerly known as Swaziland, needs, quote, dialogue about dialogue to set the scene for urgent negotiations towards democratic reform, Bishop Sitembele Sipoka of Mtata in South Africa said this after a week-long solidarity and pastoral visit to the country. The delegation of the bishops of South Africa, Botswana and
Tone
Eswatini
control, I think,
also
is that one is
included the Bishop
a bit
of
noisy.
Manzini in Eswatini, Bishop Jose Luis Ponce de
a delegation from the SHTBC, that was the SHTBC president, together with the secretaries. This was, of course, both
and even Russian literature in English translation. Tolstoy absorbed me, especially his Anna Karenina and War and Peace. I attended many public lectures given by prominent scholars and statesmen, and Tagore, David Starr Jordan, Woodrow Wilson, then president of Princeton, and many other scholars. Science, literature, art, politics, and philosophy in one of his lectures in the Greek theater. His emphasis and character.
China radio, isn't it? That made me jump.
Philosophy, literature, political account.
Сталин и скрыто от доски класс под тенью.
Рукоположення, якось тішив отець
王树强安迪扎。
You're still thinking he wants an alignment, do you? Cheers, everybody. My light on my camera seems to have gone off for some reason. God knows why. It's brighter. Catch you later, Thomas. You learned a bit today. Well, I did as well, mate. Thanks for joining us, Thomas, anyway. It's hellish sensitive, it's picking up loads. We're in the amateur bands now by the sound of it.
Response, and well done the players as well, especially Eric Dyer, who made it clear very, very quickly that it would be a good idea to have a defibrillator over there, whether or not it was needed in the end. The game then, Pat, we spoke before the match about how the noise inside St James's Park could help suck the ball in. Can't keep it out though.
Yeah, because it's yours.
You're off to buy a Flying Scotsman, Ralph, are you? Cheers, mate.
Front, alongside Wilson, change
Oh,
the system.
Jed, you missed a bit, did he?
But it's a big old mate.
Pat, John, thank you very much for the time being. Second half.
Sois muy incómodos de jugar, de teneros en contra y al final la balanza.
With restrictions, so thanks to yourself, we finally got our first dance as husband and wife, particularly special.
Sort of inadequate when you think about these people who are able to churn out, you know, these...
It's working really well.
All the time, as if they're just one end of a conveyor belt, and they're given, you know, either an order or a requirement, or indeed a deadline.
Noisy stuff, isn't it? Noisy old stuff, FTA.
And Ashman there. You know, they've got to drop
yellow in this camera, don't I?
And not only are they, you know, passable, they are superb. It's extraordinary, isn't it? Absolutely.
So, I'm in awe of people like that. I'm really am. I mean, there's a touch of genius in those writers, I think.
Yes, yes. Now, going back to Disney, all big studios have their ups and downs. So when Aladdin came out...
David, thank you for joining us on 5 Wise Sport. You'll understand more.
Visit sudive.com or call 0300.
The previous callers, I had to call you in between my standing and varnishing of the floors. He's done well to build a team, but he has
Well, I don't think we can complain about that at all, can we? So, I don't know what's happened to my light here. So let me see what's gone on with my camera light. It might be that I've got it on battery, not... It's back on now. Bizarre. Things are good. Strange things are happening. Strange things are happening. Got a bit of a tinting going on the front. So we could look at doing an alignment, but is it absolutely necessary? Do we need to mess with this and risk breaking the cores when it's working well? I think if anything, the frame aerial is knackered. It could well have a break on the frame aerial. That's a lot of wire to go through. It's a lot of wire to check. Let's say potentially we've still got voltage hanging around on this thing, haven't we? Yeah, I mean, we could do an alignment, but it's not going to happen today, I don't think. Looking at this, we've got a attach capacitors and iron dust cores of T2 and T1. That could be the top and the bottom of the IF can, couldn't it? Let's pop these aerial wires out now. Remember which one's which. So that's the ground. Let me just mark that a minute. That's the ground. And that's the aerial. You could check the alignment without actually altering the IF cans. Welcome back, Paul. I could check the alignment without actually altering the IF cans. I could do. Let's fire it up to 470 then, I think it said, wasn't it? So that's one, so it'll be 4, 20, 40, 60, 470 should be there. So we can check the IF. See if it is 470. Which it is. It is weak though. So I'm on 470 there. If I go either way, 460, 470, 480. So certainly is the IF frequency is correct. Does sound a bit weak, doesn't it? Because that's full whack on my signal generator. Iron dust cores of T2 and T1. Is that top and bottom though? Trying to find my other one. Trader sheet's a bit easier to follow than the manufacturer's. Adjust the cores of L16, L15, 14 and 13. That's not really altering much, to be fair, but I've got to get in underneath it as well. What's that, a coil-on signal generator? Yes, Paul. I've got I've just made up a coil with some cardboard and some wire in it, and that's off of my signal generator. But I think to do it properly, you need to connect it up how they suggest here, which is turn the tuning gain to maximum. So what do they mean by maximum? Is that fully open or fully meshed? Bit of oscillation there, isn't there? Probably mean fully meshed then to maximum. Yeah, that's better. So if I put that on very low, see if I can alter it by touching these. Not really any improvement. As I say, I'd need to pop it up on its side to do anything more, and I'm a bit close to everything there, really. Let's just have a look, see if I can, how easily I can access this. To make sure that is off of there. Okay. Steady. Yeah, it's fairly steady. Okay. See if we can improve it then. Probably can't reach with this now. So I can just hear it there. No improvement. That one was a little bit better. Gained a little bit there, not a lot to be fair. Just let me see which other ones it's asking me to alter. "15, 14 and 13. L11, L5. Try and make head or tail of this. Yeah, so it's just those four, so I've really not gained a lot. I haven't got an output meter on it, and I'm not really connected up properly, so it's a 1K tone. I haven't got a 400 on this one. If I turn the level right down, that is peaked. That is peaked. Let's just pop it off again. Turn it round. See if I can somehow get that roughly there. So let's try that again then. Just do these top ones once more, and that's as good as the IF's going to get. Yeah, it's a 1K tone on this one. Gained a little bit on that one. Gained a little bit. Yeah, so we have gained a little bit. So let's set it back on its backside and see if that's improved anything. Let's make sure I'm not grabbing hold of anything naughty here. Let's get it right up on the bench. Right, let's give that a go now.
Away unchallenged by Lascelles. St Maximin couldn't keep it in, it's a throw-in to Tottenham. Newcastle.
Well, it has improved it.
A little flat at the start of the second half. I think they too have been affected by, well, the energy levels in that first 15.
So I've got the set facing me now, so it's
Better 2 lines in a postcard than a longer letter never sent. That's
3-1. Someone, St Maximin. You will get punished sooner or later. Yes.
So let's try the this area again.
Gives it to Willock. Nigel Linton, left side of the area, shoots from the angle, but straight at goalkeeper Loris, who had a little bit of a juggle actually. Ball in front of his face in the end, just patted it down and fell on it.
Right.
You notice that when Linton gets the ball, he gets up in a really good angle. But you're not convinced he's going to do something extra special. I don't think it's that much of a trick to get class players. Whereas if you're Sam Mason get the ball in that form of recovery, you're thinking, right, danger is on now.
Oh, Newcastle with a very high line. Ndombele tried to thread a pass through for Kane. It was overhit, but Newcastle facing with danger there. Harry Kane was again. I'm thrilled at 20 years. It back. The ball's down into the full-back position.
Pretty good. Yeah, it's not doing bad. If I stick the external aerial back in it, I wonder if I do need the ground as well. Make sure I get it in the right hole again, so it's it's the one closest to the serial number. Aerial. Certainly much better with the external aerial in it. Loads on medium wave.
Y sobre todo que se está jugando como que
changes you need to make, then you've wasted an opportunity. It's on his mind to make some changes.
It's got some volume as well. Hell.
There's a book out apparently called Waterlogged.
Which antenna's that, Lee?
His world quests to swim through the British Isles via its rivers, lochs, tarns, moats, aqueducts. Now, does that mean you do it, you know, in suitable attire, like a swimming costume?
This one is the Sony AN1.
Or is it something,
Lee, with a, it's got, so it's an external aerial.
Myself up to date. And let's hear it.
It's got a ferrite bar coupler. So Sony AN1, mate, great.
We're talking about pigs being successful at an airport.
Great bit of kit, that.
Birds away.
And this that I've got connected in now is just a long wire, so nothing too fancy there.
So the pigs were brought into the area to eat the crops that actually the birds were after, and they.
There's a lot of foreign stations coming in now. The sun's gone down a bit.
Está con las revoluciones, con las pulsaciones muy altas.
And this is on medium wave. It sounds like shortwave.
Son, who's going to have to chase this, but he does, keeps it in play next to the dead ball line near the court.
Since the assassination of the president in July, rival parties have been trying to gain control. The US State Department says it has seen the reports and that the safety of American citizens abroad is one of its highest priorities.
Yeah, that's
The latest daily figures show that more than 45,100 people in the UK have tested positive for coronavirus, the highest number since the second half of July. 915 patients have been admitted to hospital and 57 people have died within 28 days of a positive test.
Coronavirus
In the Muslim holy city of
still
Mecca
with us,
has
people.
operated at full capacity for the first time since the start of the pandemic. The move came after Saudi Arabia's government lifted most...
Yeah, there is an RF alignment, RF and oscillator stages. Yeah, I've got to make up a dummy antenna for it as well, Doug, to do that. I've got to transfer the signal generator leads via a dummy aerial to A&E sockets. That's the antenna on Earth. So I'm really not set up for that, Doug, at the moment. I think somewhere here there was a little diagram of how to build a dummy antenna on one of the sheets. So it's interesting stuff. Cheers, thank you, Paul. Oh, you'd say that's working. It certainly is, Timothy, isn't it?
It's the start of a new era here at Newcastle United and a match day that feels very different from any other over the past 14 years.
Sounds
Under the
brilliant.
previous owner, Mike Ashley, hope and ambition
Let's
have
get
become
RTE.
Événement à chaque fois gratuit.
Qu'est-ce qu'on y fait au marché de la poésie? Qu'est-ce qu'on y voit?
Eh bien, on y trouve des livres, on y trouve des
France.
textes, il y a des conférences.
Teutonic paper trail of reports going from local intelligence officers to
We've got
regional
some,
intelligence officers up to GHQ. It's an amazing trove.
Noise coming in there on
I
that.
think FaceTime kind of
Probably
afforded
these LED
not
lights.
just the IRA, but also Dáil Éireann to kind of attend to a lot of matters.
People became bureaucrats.
They did, and they were able to. People were able to move a lot more freely. There was no raid.
Just picking up interference on shortwave.
And he said, if Glenn wins, it's a win for Donald Trump.
Preferirea sa a binecuvântat aducerea unui veșmânt al Sfântului Ierarh Calenic de la Cernica, care se află într-o...
Well, there we are, people. I think I'm going to leave it there. I don't know what the time is. There you go, 6:15. That's pretty good. So I can feel the valves nice and warm. The output transformer is getting warm. It's getting warm. It's getting warm, you know. Yeah, so the transformer is getting warm. Would it normally get warm? I know Theo was asking if it was hot, but it's not hot. It's warm. The output valve is certainly warm. Transformer, the mains transformer is warm. That smoothing cap is pretty hot. That's got to go. So that'll be the next job, is get rid of that. And maybe we can keep this and have another go next week. That filter cap is really hot. So that's got to go. I don't know what's happened to my my light. I've got light issues with my camera light for some reason. Okay, that's batteries. It's working again now. Bizarre. Well, let's have a final catch up, and then I'm going to call it a day. I think that's a great success. I did not expect that to get fixed, to be honest. Thanks very much to Chris, Rob, Steve, and Les, everyone else that helped me out with that output transformer. I think that's the key. Yeah, it is getting warm, that transformer, as is the mains transformer. But as I say, that filter cap is almost too hot to keep my hand on, so I've definitely got to do that. Yeah, could well be, Jed. I mean, we've got decent HT, haven't we? But it's not humming either, which is unusual. Thanks, Jeff. It is a nice radio, Jeff. Thank you very much. Thanks, Floppy. Thanks, Time Tech. Tea's ready. Yeah, mine will be ready now. Thanks, Timothy, and thanks for your help as well and your suggestions. It all helps, doesn't it? Cheers, Les. What's next week? I don't know. I mean, we could do this filter cap. I mean, there is the potential to actually get these inside. There's enough room just about to get 2 of those in there, so could stuff that. The problem is it's actually soldered to the chassis, the actual can, so it's a hell of a job to get it off. And there's 2 tabs you've got to bend as well. I'm not convinced that these are the right bulbs. They're hellish bright. So I need some more bulbs probably for it. But overall, I'm quite pleased with that. That's a success. As I say, I'm not a valve guy by any means. So, Rob, you retracted, mate. Cheers, Theo. It will get warm. It does have HT going through it. Okay. I'd leave it in situ and put new caps under the chassis. Yeah. You told me I'm getting better at this valve stuff. I'm just doing what you've said though, Rob, really. End of the day, without people like you, I'd be struggling to get this thing going. So, as I say, thanks again for your help today. And everybody else that's given advice. So yeah, that is way too hot, that filter cap. I mean, that shouldn't be hot like that. I mean, that is way too hot. That was an accident waiting to happen, that one. I'm surprised it didn't go pop while we were actually on, but there you are. I think with it hanging out the bottom of it on a tag strip, like you say, probably be better. So we could do that next week and have a look at maybe trying to do the alignment on it. Cheers, Nick. So that's it for today, people. As I say, don't forget to give that a thumbs up if you liked it. And if you're watching and you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button. Say, we're hoping to get to 4,000 for Christmas. I think we're on 3,840 at the moment. So not far to go. Hopefully we'll get there by the new year. But that'd be another great milestone to hit 4,000. So cheers, everybody. And thanks again to my Patreons. You know who you are. I always wonder whether to publish the Patreons at the end of the credits. I don't know. Up to you guys if you want to be known. But much appreciated your help as well. So cheers, everybody. Have a good week, and I'll catch you next week. Bye for now. Hopefully bye for now if I can get this thing working. Cheers again. Bye-bye.